Hi guys, today we're going to continue with Excel Chapter 3. I'm going to go to the Excel Chapter 3 tile. I am going to go to the Review Project 3.2 and I'm going to download the file. Now once it opens, I want to save it to the same folder that I've been working with. So I'm going to do a file, save as. And I always save my stuff to my SS folder, so that's where I'm going to continue to save everything. And then, just kind of going through, we are going to work more with charts and graphs today. So there's very few steps here, we just kind of have to maneuver around them. So we're going to highlight all of the data in this one Excel file. So from A1 to D30. And then we are going to go to our Insert tab. Then our Charts group, we're going to choose Recommended Chart. Now the first type of chart that's recommended is a line chart, so I'm going to just keep that one selected and I'm going to click OK. Now it tells us that I want to put in a vertical axis and a horizontal axis. Now your axes are on the side of the chart. So here I've got from 0 to 4.5. And this actually are going to be my interest rates. Then on the bottom I have my dates and like what the dates are of these interest rates, but I kind of want a title on here so I know what these numbers mean. So when I'm selected on my chart, which means I've got bubbles on the side, I'm going to choose my Add Chart Element. I'm going to choose my axis title. I'll start with the horizontal. These are my dates, so I'm going to double click on this axis title here, or highlight it, and choose and type week ending. Then I'm just going to click off to the side of it, so I deselect it. Chart still selected, I'm going to go to my Add Chart Element, Axis Title. I'm going to choose Vertical. Get another title on the side. I highlight it, and I want to change this one to Interest Rate. And then again, I'm going to click off to the side. Now, I'm going to go back over and kind of click on each of these so I get a solid border. I want to change the font, so I'm going to go to my Home tab, change the size to 12, and change it to bold. Same thing with week ending. Click on it so you get a solid line around it. It's going to be size 12, and it's going to be bold. Now it tells me I want to format the plot area. Now the plot area is everything that these lines are made up of. It's not this white area on the side. So I'm going to click in here, and I should get a box around this area that has all of these lines. I am going to go to my Chart Tools Format tab, and I'm going to choose Shape Fill. I'm going to go to Gradient. Now gradient is kind of a shaded color, so you've got some lighter parts and darker parts. I'm going to choose the light variation, the very first one. I can see I've got a darker blue on the top left and a lighter blue on the bottom right. Now step 7 tells me that I want to format the chart area. Now the chart area is all of this, even the white space around the outside. So I'm going to click in this white area. Then I've got handles around the full chart area. Well, it tells me I want to put in an outline. So in my Chart Tools Format tab, I'm going to choose Shape Outline. I want it to be blue accent 1, but I want it to be the bottom color, darker 50%. And I want it to be a 2-point. So I want it to be a little thicker. So go back to Shape Outline, choose Weight. I don't see a 2 here, so I'm going to go to More Lines. And I am going to up the size to 2, Width. And then I'm going to go down to the bottom, and there's a checkbox for rounded corners. So I'm going to click that checkbox, and that rounds my corners. Then I'm going to close this box down. Now it says, change the chart title to read Rate Comparison. So I'm going to click in Chart Title, then I'm going to highlight what it says, and I'm going to change it to Rate Comparison. And then I'm going to click off to the side of it to deselect it. Then it says to scale the worksheet so it fits on 2 pages wide by 1 page tall. To do that, I'm going to go to the Page Layout tab. Right now I'm clicked on the chart, so I can't actually see the scaled fit. If I just click off to any cell, it then changes to, so I can make some changes. So I want the width to be 2 pages, and I want the height to be 1 page. Just like that. And then it says make sure that the page break changes so the chart is completely on page 2. I'm going to go to my View tab here, and I see one of my views is page break. And each of these blue lines is going to be where my page is cut off. Now you can see if I were to print this right now, it would almost cut my chart in half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mouse over this blue line so I get the double-sided arrow. And I'm going to move this blue line over here so it's at the end of my data, which is in between column B and B. Now when I print it, the chart is on 1 page and the data is on 1 page. I'm going to go back to my normal view to see it. I am going to change the size of my paper to legal. So I'm going to go to the page layout view, go to the size button, and change this to legal. It's going to give me a bigger sheet of paper. Then I'm going to change the margins to narrow. So margins button, narrow. And then I'm going to set the orientation to landscape. Currently the paper is going to print out taller than it is wide. Landscape is when it's wider than it is tall. Now, I want to go ahead and make sure that my chart is still all on 1 page. So I'm going to go back to my View tab, go to my page break view. Sure enough, my page still fits. So I'm going to go back to my normal view. Last thing that I want to do is I want to click on my chart and I want to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go to the bottom right handle and I'm going to drag it over a ways just so I